I'm 10, your host, obviously.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm glad you were able to make it today. In today's video, we're going to take a look at vintage figurines I've been able to keep over the years after moving around a lot as a child. And, well, I want to share them with you. So without further ado, let's take a look at them. We're going to start off today's video with a well-known toy line. And I know I've done a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle review already, but at the time, I was unable to find this particular figurine here. As you can see, it's Raphael, and he's in a baseball uniform. He's even got his name on the back and a nice green tee on his hat. This particular character's shtick is you rotate him, and you see that button right there? You hit. Let me do that again so that he's on screen. And he swung. As you can see, it looks like he was going to be able to hold something. He actually holds a baseball bat, and he came with an accessory that looked like a T-ball. And he actually just literally hit it, and it spun. This next character here, I actually don't really know too much about the toy line. I know that they were militarized, there was non-military one, they had weird looks to them, and some of them even combined together to form larger vehicles and other robots. These are the ZBots from the Galoob Micro Machine toy line, the ZBot toy line. This particular one here is from 1993 when Burger King released 6 ZBots. Um, and other than that, I really don't remember too much about them. They were a thing, and that's all I know. I actually have a few more ZBots here and there. I haven't been able to find them, so once I find them, I'll share them with you guys. But all I know is that these guys are actually pretty cool looking, and I like the color scheme. I also like the fact that despite being a toy from Burger King, they are actually the same size as the rest of the series, and they even had the peg holes so you can put them on the various vehicles. And well, you couldn't be able to pull them out of the line like the more modern day toys where they look nothing like the vintage toys. Speaking of toy lines that I actually knew very little about, this here is Snakebite from the Supernaturals toy line from the 1987 Tonka series. Um, their shtick is that they have a hologram. I don't know if you can see it very well, where the face, in this case a snake charmer, turns into another face. In this case, a cobra. Um, Over the years, unfortunately, he's very loose, so he doesn't stand very well. Oh, never mind. He is actually standing pretty well right now. But I've also lost his accessories. He had like some kind of crown and a shield. Um, to be fair, this was actually my brother's, and we had a second one. I don't remember. I think it was a mummy of some sort. But other than that, I actually don't really know too much. I don't know if they were a cartoon series or a comic book series. I just know that that's really cool. The face changing. Now, here's a character from a cartoon series that's based on a very popular toy from the 1990s. We all know creepy crawlies, that easy bake oven kind of thing where you put in gelatinous goop and made some kind of, well, like creepy bugs and various stuff. They also had an edible version and all that. They were discontinued because obviously the toys were very hot and you could burn yourself. Apparently, they made a cartoon show. This here is from the Creepy Crawler cartoon series. This here is Spooky Goopy, and it's from the 1994 Toymax Creepy Crawly series. He is from the evil group called Crime Grimes, and he is their monster wrangler. A very silent type character, except for his hat actually could move up and down, and his hands were friggin' handcuffs. Awesome. I like his knee pads that look like skulls, and very, very odd feet. I like also the fact that he's got like some kind of key hook here. I actually had a second figurine of this series from the Goop Commandos, the good guys. His name was Stingringer or Stingring. Um, and they don't I don't really remember what kind of accessories they had. I do know that they had some kind of tray that you could put goop into and put into the actual um, creepy crawler machine and make accessories for them. Other than that, they some of them came with some figurine accessories. I think Stingring had some kind of disc launcher and a sword, but I don't really remember because I've been unable to find his figurine. Here we have a Series 2 run figurine of Alan Grant. We have from the first line, also from the original Alan Grant, which I don't have that toy anymore, unfortunately, one of the pterodactyls. And this character here that actually came with this particular Alan Grant is a Lycanops, which means wolf face. I don't really have his accessories anymore. He used to have some kind of chest piece that had a bolo shooter, like a double launcher that shot a bolo that would wrap this guy. The other one had a backpack that launched a net at the pterodactyl here. I've been able to keep some of them, but I also had a Timmy that had a Brachiosaurus. If I remember correctly, the only figurine that they never really released was the Lexi, which was Timmy's older sister in the movie and younger sister in the book, if I remember correctly. But I actually like the fact that he's got this giant pad and what appears to be armor on now. It's almost as if this character learned, well, I'm going out to see dinosaurs, so I might as well protect myself. All this gear would have been perfect if they had gone the first time and knew that the dinosaurs were going to escape. But you know what? We wouldn't have the first movie, and it wouldn't be the iconic movie that it is to this day. It's funny because the original one had the same hat. I think they just took the same head mold and just put it on different bodies. I actually had the adult pterodactyl. It had a button in the back that made it flap, and its mouth had a spring-loaded button that could make it bite. They all actually had that JP logo right there. You can see. You know who he reminds me of? Agumon from Digimon. Ty's Digimon, that um, two-legged orange dinosaur. It's the eyes and the mouth that make me really think of Agumon. Agumon Digivolve to Greymon! This gentleman here is from a 1993 to 1996 series. that got a limited resurrection in 2006 with a secondary show, a continuation of the original show. This gentleman's name is Greasepit. He is the dumb lackey of Limburger, who is the main enemy of the biker mice. Some kind of fish-headed, ugly thing that pretended to be human, and he wore a purple suit. His shtick was that he constantly leaked some kind of viscous, oily substance, and he was always slipping on it, which was actually hilarious. Um, as the name implies, the biker mice from Mars ride various motorcycles. He himself had a motorized tricycle, and he really wasn't all that good at getting the biker mice. I mean, he was strong, but one of the biker mice could literally throw him with one hand. His accessory is this grease gun, and it's actually a workable water gun. You basically put it underwater, soak up the water, and, well, squeeze it out. He's just... Think Bebop and Rocksteady from Turtles. That kind of ridiculously dumb. Actually, I think Bebop and Rocksteady were actually more competent than this guy, and that says a lot. So here we have Throttle from the Biker Mice from Mars. He is the leader of the three Biker Mice, and he's, well, blind actually. He lost his vision in some kind of incident. They're not really specific on what it was. And he wears these glasses here that give him green, well, field spec capabilities. And he wears a glove here that gives him power ups, like super strength. The glasses thing, think Geordi from Star Trek with the silver visor that he wore that gave him vision. It's kind of similar. I like this guy's because when they wear helmets, their actual antenna retract into their skull. They all had various bikes. I don't remember what his bikes looked like. I know it had like two rockets that shot out the back. I personally never had his motorcycle. I have his helmet somewhere, but unfortunately, I misplaced it. This character here is Moto. He is the strongest member of the actual series. And he, as you can see, I have his helmet, which does come off. And like I said, you can see the get retracted. As you can see, he only has one eye and one actual arm. In the same incident where Throttle back there lost his vision, Moto here lost an arm and a leg. Well, not a leg, a eye and a leg, arm. Wow. I know the expression is arm and leg, but in this case it's eye and arm. His eye here, this one, was probably damaged during a scientist named Carbuncle who works for Limburger. Like I said, I don't really remember the name. They also gave him a robotic arm that has, as you can see there, a retractable gun. His eye also glowed when he was really mad. I think this eye is bionic. He doesn't have either of his eyes. Yeah, he's got his eye with a bionic eye and a robotic arm. Those shoulder pads there are powered to give him even more power, and his signature line is, "Rat? My mama didn't raise no stinking rat, understand?" And, well, he's actually apparently, while he's the most aggressive, he's also the most empathetic and sensitive. Hmm. I had his bike. It's some kind of purple bike, like a chopper of some sort. And when you hit a button, like two machine guns pop up, and as the wheel spins, it shoots it. If I can find his bike, I'll show it in another video. And lastly, of the biker mice, we have Vinnie here, who is the youngest and most energetic of the group. And it's funny because these two here have cruisers. He actually is the only one with a sports bike. I think they're called crotch rockets is the other term for them. As you can see, he has a mask on half his face. The same incident where Throttle here lost his vision and Moto here lost his eye and arm. He had half his face scarred. He's the most energetic and the most hot-headed, and apparently his motorcycle has the most weapons on it. I actually did have his motorcycle. Again, I misplaced it temporarily. I will try and look for it. So if I do find it, I'll show you. His preferred weapon are these flares that he throws. And I don't remember if they blew up or not. But he's also the self-proclaimed ladies' man of the group. And apparently he had a crush on the supporting character named Charlene Davidson, or Charlie. She was their April O'Neil, and he was their Mikey. That's all I knew how to describe him. But he was actually my favorite character of the group, so I can't really complain about them. And unfortunately, like, I've lost many of their accessories, so if I can find them, I'll show them. Finally, on the list is a Transformer from the Beast Wars series. This particular gentleman here is a Fusor. His name is Airhammer. He is half shark and half hawk, as you can see. The tail, the head of a hammerhead, and the body and the legs of a hawk. As I said, his name is Airhammer, and he is a warrior of few words, and he's basically the forward scout. While he wasn't featured in the cartoon series, he was actually featured in the comic book series of the same name. And if you give me a few seconds, I will show you what he looks like in robot form. Maximals, maximize! This is his robotic form. He's got some kind of, well, his arm is now looks like a bladed crescent arm. That's where his tail is, and the jaw has a spring-loaded gimmick, and I believe he could fire lasers out of it. But I actually think he looks really cool. Let's take a look at what he looks like. So it's funny because I actually bought him from KB Toy Works, and they were doing a promo where if you bought a Beast War figurine or a Beast Machine, which was the sequel series, you got a video for Beast Machines. You got the actual VHS, the first 3 or 4 episodes, and I actually still have that VHS to this day. I don't have a VCR, so I can't really watch it, but the VHS is still somewhere in my boxes of miscellaneous stuff. But these are some of the figurines that I've managed to keep over the years. I'm really happy that they're all in pretty good repair. And, well, I've got a few of the accessories here and there for most of them. They're in various boxes. I just gotta, well, find them. But I hope you like these videos. I hope you like this particular video, and I look forward to seeing you guys again and hearing comments from you.